Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by Derek Kraus, of course, the driver of the number 19 Chevrolet Silverado for BMR, MHR in the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series. How's it going?
Good. How about yourself?
I'm doing pretty well. So after 2 weeks, it's the trucks are going to be in action a lot over the next 2 months. In fact, the next 8 straight weeks for you guys. Um, Overall, how do you guys, think that you're doing so far this year?
I feel like overall our stuff's been pretty good wherever we go. We just need to finish races. That's the main goal. That's the main thing with everybody, really. I feel like Shane's brought really fast Chevy trucks to the racetrack, so that's been a lot of fun. And like you said, 8 weeks straight is gonna be a grueling 8 weeks, and I know all the guys are prepared and ready for it at the shop. So I'm looking forward to it. I get to do what I love for 8 weeks in a row, and it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I've been talking to a bunch of drivers in the series about this, and they've been saying drivers are like this, but it's going to be a grueling process for the teams as well.
Yeah, for sure. You got to make sure that we can stay clean throughout the whole 8 weeks. Because if you wreck one truck, it's going to be a lot of work on the guys, and it's just going to be tough for everyone around if you start wrecking trucks through those 8 weeks. So it's gonna, like I said, it's gonna be fun, and hopefully we can put a good 8 week stretch together.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, let's talk about your throwback scheme this week. You're throwing it back to your team owner Bill McAnally's first late model scheme. How did this get put together? From when I was talking to your PR guy, longtime BMR PR guy Kevin Green, he told me that you surprised Bill with this, and surprises don't. It's hard to surprise Bill. How did you guys do that?
Yeah, I was just sitting on my couch one night, and I knew that Bill really didn't have anything planned for the throwback weekend at Darlington, and that's always a fun weekend to be a part of if you can get something done for it. And just sitting on my couch and thinking of stuff, and that's kind of just when I thought about it, was to do the first scheme with Napa on his car back in the day when he was running late models, and that's what we've done. And I was able to get it together with Haley and Kevin. Haley being his daughter, I was texted her, and she was able to keep it a secret from him. And for all I know, he didn't know anything about it, and it was pretty cool. And I'm happy to be running it, and hopefully we can give it a good run.
Was he surprised when he first saw it?
Yeah, for sure. He didn't, like I said, for all I know, he didn't know anything about it, and he I peeled the wrap off the truck that was on it, and then GMS guys came and wrapped it, and then we put it underneath the cover and put it up on the trailer because he's always there at the shop really early before everyone else is there. And I know he would have probably got a little nosy and unwrapped the truck, so we had to hide it from him, and guys unloaded it while we were at a competition meeting, and then presented to him then.
Yeah, for sure. Um, Talk about going into this racetrack here at Darlington. What's it like to get around? You've been on this. You've been on the track there many times. But what's it like to drive that track?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun actually. It's kind of wore out racetrack, and you don't have to save tires, but you gotta be cautious on what the tires, or how much you're wearing the tires. It's definitely a racetrack where you want to be better at the end of the run than what you are at the beginning of a run, just because of how there's typically longer green flag runs. So you got to be there at the end. And it's kind of reminds me of racing back at home with my late model, with all the tracks up in Wisconsin that are wore out and pretty hard on tires. So I always look forward to racetracks like this, and it's kind of, like I said, what I grew up racing on.
Okay, let's actually talk about that for a second. I know that did you get a chance to go up there the last 2 weeks? Because I know that there was some of races up at Slinger and stuff.
Yeah, I was home actually last 2 weekends racing my family late model. My dad always prepares it good, and we're actually able to run fourth at Slinger and then third yesterday at Madison. So
Yeah.
it was a lot of. It's always fun to go back home and race in front of my family, and to have my whole family there. That always means a lot.
I know that also. I know that some of those guys up there, because I obviously have a vested interest in it now since I'm covering the Kawicki guys. Talk about. I know your good buddy Riley Stenjum's a part of that. What's that like to see him get a chance to be a part of that program?
Yeah, that's the Quickie driver development program is a big deal for all younger up and coming drivers. I always applied, but I always got the applied return because I was too young to do it. I was
Yeah.
12 or 13 when I was applying. So but for Riley, it's a big deal for him, and he's gonna have a busy year this year for sure with doing the off track stuff and then also on track. I know yesterday he had a really good run at Madison, and it's always cool to see people that I know like him getting the opportunity like the Quickie Driver Development Program. It's always a cool thing, and hope he can win the thing. Actually, I mean that'd be really cool for him to win that program and get a little bonus check at the end of the year.
Yeah, actually, the last few winners have came from the state of Wisconsin with that program. And obviously, you were a part. Remember, you were a part of the last NASCAR Next class, though. Right? Remember that, right?
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
That's actually where I first met you.
Really?
Yes. So obviously, well, you were a part of that, and obviously coming into now, just where everybody's at right now. Of course, you've had so many teams. You've been with Bill for all these years. Of course, this is the first year with Chevrolet. I know that it's not just your team, but the GMS team, just the GMS affiliated team, and all the trucks that are affiliated with them have not had the best years so far. Is this the year that everybody turns it around? Is this the weekend where everybody turns it around?
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, I feel like every weekend we've brought a fast truck. It's just silly things that have happened, like Las Vegas and Coda. I mean, even at the Bristol Dirt Race, I mean, in the beginning of the race, we weren't very strong, but at the end of the race, I felt like we were pretty good. I felt like we were just as fast as Ty and Ben Rhodes. So I feel like going into this weekend, we'll have a good shot to run good or even get the win. So just got to do everything right on the racetrack and then down on pit road too. So I just got to be there at the end, really.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Derek Kraus, thank you so much for coming on and spending a few minutes with us. Good luck this weekend at Darlington, and good luck in the 8-race stretch there, bud.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me, Casey.